Hello guys, welcome to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro episode here in Character 3. I'm your host Jam, also known as Character 3, and this is episode 22. Today we have Dracopals, or PERFORMAPAL Dracoslayers, to be shown to you guys today. It's still a good deck even though it got hit by the ban list, and all the Performage stuff is dead. So this deck is no longer called PePe because it's no longer PERFORMAPAL Pendulum or PERFORMAPAL or PERFORMAGE. We don't even know what PePe stood for anyway, but we just call it PePe because it was funny. But now it's going to be called Dracopals or Dracoslayer, PERFORMAPALs or PERFORMAPAL Dracoslayers because it's not going to have any more Performages. So there's only one pair in the PePe, or whatever. But now a lot of the stuff have been hit to 1 as well. 2 cards in PERFORMAPALs, which is Keyboard and the Skullcrobat, 2 busted cards. They do deserve to be 1. I still think this should be banned, but this deck will kind of be dead, so leave it to 1 and see what happens and see how it goes. 1 Dracoslayer, 1's good. This card is still really good because of the spell card Clash of Draco Rivals or Draco Face Off, so as long as you have more targets like the new card Luster Pendulum, it should be good. We only play 2 vectors because we rarely draw more than 1 of these, but if you draw 2 of these it's kind of annoying if you draw that later on, but 2 is good already. We also play Insight Magician because it can set up the scales, because you can just pop itself and get the other scale, and we play one of the targets for that, and it's a high scale as well. We don't have a lot of high scales except for the PERFORMAPAL targets for Sorcerer, so we play 2 of that. We're playing the dark bit of the deck, we just call it dark or something in the builds online, they call it dark. That uses Armageddon Knight to dump cards to the grave. Since Damage Juggler is banned, we drop Foolish Burial, which is pretty much a staple in the old PePe build, so Zephyros can't be dumped with Foolish anymore. Therefore we play Armageddon Knight instead. Now we got another target for it, which is Shadow Dragon. Very handy card. If you set it, it's pretty trolly, but most of the time you use it to pop back row using Armageddon Knight on the normal summon to clear like a Solemn Strike or something, which is quite crucial. And to replace some of the PERFORMAPALs that got banned, we put in Second Donkey. This is very similar to Skullcrobat, but it's not as powerful because it's not a pendulum for 1, and you need to have pendulum scales already live on your side of the field to I think you have to control it or your opponent. Yep, you have 2 pendulum scales already face up on your side of the field for it to search. Otherwise it will dump it to the grave, the PERFORMAPAL card you're searching for. It's fine because Sorcerer is still at 3 and you can search a lot of stuff anyway. So we play 2 of the targets, which is the Draw Engine, Guitar and Lizard Draw. They're both high scales as I said, and 1 Archfiend Eccentric there in the middle because we just want to get rid of back row. And we got a spare search for a Pendulum monster, we can search for that one instead. We play 1 Mascamillion as well because we want to make Intis Prominence more consistently, and we know that if the Luster Pendulum gets bottomless or something, we can still make it using a Mascamillion, so it's not too bad if that happens. 3 Veilers because it's a hand trap format. We were tempted to play Maxi, but 3 Veilers is more powerful in my opinion now, with Monarchs being one of the bigger threats now, and Cosmos is not really. Cosmo doesn't really care too much for hand traps other than maybe Veiler on the Tin Can if they go turn 1. Typically you want to go turn 1 anyway, so hopefully you don't get OTK'd by Cosmos. Of course, 3 Wavering Eyes, because if you have 2 Pendulum monsters, you just search this guy or Monkeyboard or whatever you want, depending on what's in your hand, and it's really good against Pendulums as well. Guess your searches, etc. 2 Trap Holes because of Rafflesia, and there we go. Extra deck, we play 2 of the Fusion that are powerful. We play 2 because sometimes you go into the second one later on in the game, or if you go turn 1 and you go to one of them really quickly, turn 1, and you still have resources for later on, you can make a second one. So, and 1 Norden because of instant fusion. Thinking this card might get banned soon, so who knows. Hopefully it's really busted, but this deck can put rank 4s really fast, and Norden helps out with doing that. 3 Mists of Prominence, you do need 3 because I need to go to a second one most of the games, and if they do kill those 2, then the third one would be amazing to summon, because if we can't summon it, we got no answer to a lot of stuff like Dark Destroyer, and this card's pretty much an out to a lot of cards, and it's really good. Definitely play 3. 1 Felgrand, just in case if you got these 2 out, and you want to go into it. If you haven't OTK'd them, and you still got more than one copy of it anyway, so if you make a Failground, that's a more safer play to do. One Trapeze Magician. We got a lot of spellcasters like Sorcerer, this and this guy and this guy, so we can OTK using that ending. There's a Prominence. It's not as consistent as it was before Mages because there's not as many spellcasters now in the deck, but it will probably do sometimes. You can still do it with King of Feral Limbs more consistently anyway for more damage, and one King of the Feral Limbs to search the Lizard Draw, well, more importantly for the Mass Chameleon, Castel, Direwolf, and only one Majesty Paladin. Tempted to use 2 of this at some point, but never really need a second one. One Douglas Emerald. We do recycle a lot of stuff, so when you go to the grave, by detaching your Xyz material like Monkeyboard and not Monkeyboard, like PERFORMAPAL Skullcrawbat Joker and your other stuff. And sometimes you want to recycle your Initial Prominence as well, and your Northern. If you got 2 Instant Fusion, you just play 1 Northern, so recycle the Northern definitely if that happens. So Emerald can help out there and draw a card as well. Dweller, good against Cosmo and Atlantean Mermails, and one Rafflesia because it's one of the best defensive rank 4s right now. There's also random text that you can use. So just another target for Insight Magician, which is Dragon Pit. Rescue Rabbit because it's just like rank 4 into these. And if you play more than one of these, more targets. Probably a side deck option is Nat Beast and XA Whipple Armoro and maybe even Glow Up Bulb to make it. Keep in mind, second Donkey is also Earth, so you can make it with that, which is legit. And a lot of stuff on Earth, so that works out as a side deck option. Evil Storm Nightmare, good for the mirror match or Magispective match. Booker Moon's a lot of stuff when you Pendulum Summon. Rayeki and all these random back row clearance. I was using these at first, Twin Twister, and I went to MSG, and then I just swapped into a 4-card engine of Shadow Dragon and Armageddon Knights. So there we go, let's watch some replays. Tested this for a few hours today, just around this afternoon. I had random matchups. This one's one of the first ones I played. It was against Super Heavy Samurai. They didn't really do anything but activate 1 card, so we're just gonna see how good the combo is. We did Dreadful Rivals and they picked the other one. I was gonna go ham and summon second Donkey. And we got the Skullcrawbat Joker with that search, and we're just gonna go ham in, try to OTK them. I believe that is probably OTK, but they do have this thing in hand, so they end the battle phase. So we're going to shuffle that away by popping this, since we got a Monkeyboard search anyway, and we're going to make a Rafflesia at the end of the turn just for safety play, and get another Archfiend Eccentric using the Majesty Paladin for safety play. And now we're going to pop using Rafflesia. Treacherous Trapper will pop herself, since she's got it. After you make it, you just pop Rafflesia most of the time because it's got no attack, so just wanted to OTK, just pop her. And that's pretty much the end. That was a bit of a one-sided game, but that's just a warm-up, I guess. And this one's against Dark Worlds. We did open Turtle and another PERFORMAPAL, so we drew a card of it. And we're using this guy to pop this and summon this to search more cards. Don't know why they didn't really activate Monkeyboard and Turtle there, but just putting it there for a safety play, I'm guessing. And they did open the Dark Wells, open the nuts with Night Beam and stuff. So they dragged down the Eccentric Archfiend, which was actually crucial because I really need the Eccentric Archfiend for the next turn. Now they're going to go to Grapha into another Grapha. Deal 6k to us, which is pretty big. Make another Belgrand. That's a pretty good lockdown right there. They got Torrential and a Compulse. So it's got the Armageddon Knight to clear 1 back row. And if we had an Eccentric Archfiend, we could clear the other one. But in this case, they did have answers to ours, which is Compulse. So we're trying to get rid of Felgrand, just bait it out. But they Compulse the first one, and we had no choice but to cast down the fields below because they can summon more Graphas next turn. But at this point, it's pretty much over, and they just swap-decked a Tool Guide, and it's probably game anyway. And deal 1k with the Granosaurus. And that's one of the losers to Dark World deck. Third game here. That was second game, and this was against Super Quantums with a weird tech. They're using Gemini Obsidian. I'm guessing it's to rank 4 or something quicker. So we just opened with a Pendulum play, get another Skullcrawbat Joker from Monkeyboard, and get the Green Turtle. And make a Rafflesia at the end of the turn. Luckily we didn't draw any trap holes. Did this blue layer activating, but we're negating it with the Hand Trap Effect Veiler. And that's the instant fusion to Panzer Dragon. I think they were going to make the rank 5, so we just pop them. Panzer Dragon is quite strong though with the popping effect. So they made a grand pulse and run over our dude, and they popped our scale as well. However, we are kind of safe right now because we have a scale of 2 in our hands, so we just activate the Sorcerer. We get a draw as well, and I realized that was the end because they can probably just OTK them at that point during that duel. And this one's one of the random games against Gravekeepers. So spec everything. Let's go ham. And whenever you do this, make sure the chainlink 2 is second donkey, because if chainlink 2 is Skullcrobat, Pendulum Wizard, it will pop the scale, and second donkey will have to dump the card that you search to the grave, since it needs to have 2 cards in the Pendulum Zone as on resolution. So we just went ham and just did the Ignister, the Dracoslayer combo when we summon this, this and this, and we also made a Refugee on top of that. So first thing we do is to see if they'll do anything to this. So the Solemn Strike, that one, still 1500 damage. Pendulum Summon 2, and see what they do. And we just crop up this monster and play that. They can't kill it though because of this fusion guy. We could make another Ignister Prominence. Since it isn't a target, they're forced to activate this, but we're just gonna shuffle it back away because that's a floater. And there's Armageddonite summoning and getting the Zephyros back. And what Zephyros will do is bounce the Monkeyboard back for the next turn. So it's going to be a one-sided game against Gravekeepers. Let's go with another game against, I believe this is Fluffos with Phantom of Chaos. So they did have all the Antraps, so they Veiled and Maxius here, so we can't really go balls deep with the Zephyros plays. So we'll just make a 1 rough easier to stop something they do, defensive card. And they're doing their wombo combo with the Toy Vendor. See what they have here. We just top deck away every ice here, which is pretty good. So we search the awesome targets, hook Combat Joker, get Monkeyboard, get the Lizard draw. So what we're going to do is choose Reflection to pop our own Sorcerer, so we can summon it back again and get the effect off. And we pop our own stuff, get our Searchers, and Zephyros will now recycle Monkey Keyboard. We'll make a Trapeze Magician and a King of the Feral Imps to get Mask Chameleon for the next turn, so we got Mask. So we've got Monkey Keyboard anyway. Deal as much damage as possible, and this will die. We still have a Reflection alive. I believe there's one bottomless left for the Fluff or whatever they make, sheep or whatever. But here they're just plus 10 or some shit with the Toy Vendor plays, and they use Edge Imp Scissors, stop their card and use a illegal card called True Name to do stuff, and they summon Obelisk. That's all meant to. I was like, what the fuck's going on? And I did this. Fluffle, Obelisk, I guess that's the deck. Figured it out. Very lucky top deck Draco face off here. We can now Ignister Prominence back the Obelisk because Obelisk only stops targeting effects. So that was a really cool deck tech though for the Fluffle player. Put Ignister Prominence and out a lot of stuff, so we can summon it that turn. Use the top deck of that. So and now we go to another one. This one's against Cosmos. We did go first here, which is actually not ideal against Cosmos, since they can actually OTK you really easily if you don't have enough of a board. At this point we don't know what they were playing, so we just put as much stuff on the board as possible. Some negative things about him is not a Pendulum, so you can't really Synchro or Fusion and Xyz with him using the Dracoslayer guy. And there's them just going their Cosmos stuff. And Farm Girl, they have Italy as well, so this is pretty brutal. Dark Destroyer saw the other one, and summon another dude. And I believe that get this game because they have a Forerunner in hand as well, so there's some more part of which. That was a quick OTK. Veiled doesn't help that situation because we could have Veiled the Witch, but it wouldn't have mattered. And this was final games against Cyframes. We just went ham with our donkey plays. And we're going to make Ignister Prominence here. Make a Reflection since we can make it with this card. So we searched the Monkeyboard as well. So we're good to go for the next turn. And so we got an extra deck as well with the Luster Pendulums in there. So also going to stop it, should be good. And it's not with the Wind Up Rabbit and Double Chicken game. And have the field spell, but we are very good to summon with this. So it's good to go. Just shuffle the field spell away. And that's gone, not much of a problem now. They're very unlucky though, they only have 2 betas, they don't have the deltas and the alphas. So we're just going to OTK them now. But they do have a beta in hand, so You can't really OTK them. They stall for a bit, and that kills the Feral Imps. I'm gonna draw with this card. Shuffle one away, just in case of what's it called? The Psychic Fuel Zone card. At this point, they pretty much have Psychic Path, so that's why one of the cards were shuffled back in is because of this. And there's one more replay here. I don't know what this one is. This also gets Cyber Dragons. Let's have a look at this one. We just open Wavering Eyes, so we open Ham. So we're gonna search off a Skullcrobat and get a Monkeyboard. And now we get a Lizard Draw, and now Pendulum summon all the cards. This is the most Hamest hand ever. So we're gonna draw with this first, and Zephyros will bounce the keyboard afterwards. And make a Magister Paladin, make a Rafflesia as well, and at the end phase we search for something, and I think we search an Eccentric Archfiend there. And summon Cyber Dragon dry. However, we do have a Rafflesia with a Bottomless, so we use Bottomless for whatever they summon there. This is pretty savage. We plus so much already that they don't have any more answers to our stuff. We have Eccentric as well to pop their Trap Stun, and they pretty much surrendered there in that game. So there you have it. There's a Dracopals. It's another. It's probably a meta build, but there's some text that you can take out and put in, like the more Insight Magicians. Maybe take out if you don't like this engine with the Zephyros. You can take that out, put in a more Insight, and maybe take out Mask Chameleon if you want. But Mask Chameleon is really good for making this thingy. So there you have it. Leave your comments and opinions in the comment section below. Check out the Facebook page, which is down the link down here somewhere. And also, if you want to get the deck downloaded and run on YGOPro, I don't know if it runs on Pro, but if you can try, it's a YDK file. It'll be in the comment section down there. You can download it. So try it out if you want. There's Dracopals for you. And there you have it. It's Jam, aka Karatulu3 here. Hope you like that, guys. Bye bye. Cheers. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.